Hi, my name is Ben,
And my name is Harrison.
and we work for Sweet Brew, and we believe that we've come up with the best policy for hiring and managing shifts for part-time employees. And this starts off by splitting our store hours into three different shifts. The first shift will start in the morning at 7:30 a.m. and end at 12:30 p.m. The second shift, the afternoon shift, will start at 12:30 p.m. and end at 5:30 p.m. And the last shift, which is the night shift, will start at 5:30 p.m. and end at 10:30 p.m.
And we're planning on dividing all three shifts in among three part-time employees for each shift. We're gonna have one employee working the coffee, brewing the coffee, and doing everything involved with that. The second employee is going to be working at the sweets. They're going to be scooping the ice cream, making the milkshakes, and doing everything related to that. And the last employee will be manning the register and dealing with the customers firsthand. And we believe that having three part-time employees working at one time will allow every employee to do their job without feeling rushed so that they can always turn out quality products, quality food and drinks for the customers without having to worry or stress.
And just to add a little bit onto what Harrison was saying, we plan on hiring 15 part-time employees total to allow for flexibility in their schedules and efficiency in running Sweet Brew. When we are trying to screen our applicants, we will be performing a background check for a criminal record. We will also be looking for a job history and require recommendations from past employers or just people who have seen them work. And this is because we plan on hiring teenagers, and obviously their first job experience may be with Sweet Brew, so they won't have any previous employers to give them recommendations. So they could simply request recommendations from a teacher or a parent or someone who has just seen them go to work. And we will also be looking at their schedules and see if it works for them and us.
Now, when hiring new employees for our business, we know it's important to have a quality interview with our potential employees to really get to know them and see where they're coming from. So, we have come up with a couple of questions that we're planning on asking these potential employees. The first of which is, why do you want to work at Sweet Brew? Now, we believe that this question is a really important one to ask because we want to understand what has motivated this person to want to work at Sweet Brew. And we want to make sure that they're working here because they're passionate about it or because they're interested in the business, not because they just want some money or because they want to put it down on their college app that they worked here. Because we want to ensure that all our employees are going to be excited to come to work each day and that they're going to put their best effort forward because it's something that they're really into. The second question that we want to ask is we want to pose a scenario to the potential employee. And we basically want to ask them, if you were manning the register one day and someone came in and they ordered a milkshake, but the milkshake machine was broken, what would you do? How would you respond? And the reason we're asking this question is because we want to identify and evaluate their problem solving skills because we think it's essential that our employees have a high level of problem solving because in the real world, when they're running this job, things aren't always going to go according to plan and they're going to run into problems on maybe even a daily basis. So it's important that they can think on their toes and really solve these issues quickly. So by asking this question, we'll be able to figure out if these people are capable of handling the pressure and the problem solving required to really make sure that Sweet Brew is turning out quality products no matter the conditions. And lastly, we're going to ask them, what will you contribute to Sweet Brew? And we want to ask this because we want to figure out what these employees think that they are going to provide to the company. And we want to figure out how they're going to help Sweet Brew grow to be an even better business and to achieve its image that it's striving for. And we also think it's important to better understand our employees. And we think that understanding how they view themselves and what they think is some of their most valuable assets will be really helpful in getting to connect with the employees on a deeper level.
When our applicants become full-fledged part-time employees, we'll be training them how to work the cash register, how to brew coffee, and how to scoop ice cream and milk and make milkshakes. After the basic training is going to be completed, we will have our manager shadow them for their first few days, just so our employees have an outlet to ask questions and can perform their tasks with more confidence. And we will also require employees to learn how to open and close the shop.
Now, we think it's essential that after we've hired these new employees, that we have a way to effectively evaluate their performance and make sure that they're doing a high quality job all the time. So we're going to be relying heavily on our manager to do this because they're going to be the ones chiefly in charge of supervising these employees while we're away, and they are well equipped to handle this pressure. So we're going to have the manager report in on the performance of these employees after the first couple days of their hiring and of their working, in order to just make sure that all the employees are getting off to a good start and that everything is running smoothly at the beginning, so that our employees have everything they need to make Sweet Brew a great business. And then from then on out, we're going to plan on meeting with the manager on a weekly basis about the employees, just to do a checkup and make sure that nothing out of the ordinary is going on and that our employees are consistently working hard. And if we find that an employee is maybe having a down week and their performance is down one week, then we have the opportunity of identifying that and of then communicating with the employee and discussing this and figuring out what is wrong, so that we can help them work through this and help them get back to where they need to be. Secondly, we're going to be using customer reviews, their complaints and their feedbacks regarding our employees to help evaluate our employees. We're going to read the feedback and complaints they have, and then we're going to share this with the employees. And for the feedback, we're just going to inform the employees of these little things that our customers think they can do better, which would improve their customer service, which would in turn improve the overall brand image of Sweet Brew. But if they get a bunch of complaints, then we might have to have a more serious talk about what's going on, what's wrong. And hopefully through talking this out and through getting this information quickly, we'll be able to remedy any problems that we encounter to make sure that our employees are successful.
Now, there are going to be some safety issues concerning Sweet Brew. The first of which is if something goes wrong in the shop just out of the blue, which is why we're planning for liability. We will also be talking about the potential safety issues in handling the equipment. Obviously, our machinery is or can be dangerous, such as the coffee machine, which is extremely hot, and other equipment. And also the hygiene of our employees and our overall workspace. And we're just going to require our employees to thoroughly mop the floors and wipe the tables in order to maintain a healthy environment for our customers. And we will also be talking about the safety of our products. So obviously, Sweet Brew is going to be using a lot of organic raw ingredients into making our products. So we want to make sure that those ingredients are top of the notch in quality and health.
Overall, we have thoroughly thought out this hiring process, and we think that this policy is the best one to make Sweet Brew a very successful business. And we think it will give us an opportunity to not only hire the right people, but also to help them out and contribute to our community by allowing these up and coming workers extra opportunities and work options in order to give back to the community that has given so much to us, which will in turn help the community grow as a whole, including Sweet Brew. Overall, we think that this policy is the fastest and best way to establish a good work environment and customer service for Sweet Brew through its employees. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.